In this video, I want to talk about 5 things I would not consider buying secondhand for my kitchen. So number 1 is a box grater. This is a box grater. So many different uses. I use it all the time. I would never buy one secondhand because, if I can extricate myself from the cat here, box graters have this little kind of folded lip around the bottom. And if you're not really vigilant in how you clean, you can even see mine has a little bit of rust starting to accumulate down there. But if you're not really vigilant in how you clean this, it's really difficult to clean. And stuff will gradually accumulate in there. I replace my box grater every couple of years. It's metal, it's recyclable. Toss it in the recycling every couple of years and get a new one because you just don't know what kind of bacteria might be accumulating in there. And for that reason, I would never buy a box grater secondhand. You don't know what it's been used for. You don't know that it's been properly cleaned, and you don't know what on earth may be accumulating in all these little nooks and crannies. So I would never get a box grater secondhand. The second thing I would never get secondhand is a can opener. You can see mine is about to need replaced because it's starting to get little rust specks on it. Now, the rust is not what concerns me. What concerns me is all these little gears. There are so many nooks and crannies in there that are basically impossible to completely clean. You can run water over it, you can run soap down in there, you can try to get a brush down in there, but there's just no good way to clean it. And when you're using canned goods, you don't know what bacteria may be in there. So I would never buy a can opener secondhand because, again, you don't know what it's been used for. You don't know that it's been properly cleaned. The third thing I would never buy secondhand is a mesh sieve, because a sieve has this little rim inside and outside that stuff, little crumbs, little bits of this and that can get into as you use it. And it is virtually impossible. My cat is harassing me. It's virtually impossible to get everything out of there once it gets down in there. This is the same as the box grater. I replace these every couple of years just on general principle. They're metal, they're recyclable. Replace them. Don't risk whatever bacteria may be growing in there. And I would never buy it secondhand for the same reason. You don't know that it's been properly cleaned, and you don't know what it may have been used for. The fourth thing I would never buy secondhand is a wooden or plastic cutting board. Now, I would never buy a plastic cutting board, period, at all, personally, because as you use it, it's getting microplastics into your food. So I would never use a plastic cutting board. I would certainly never buy a wooden cutting board secondhand to use in the kitchen. Now, I've seen people paint on them, hang them up, use them for decor. Obviously, that's fine. But I would never use a secondhand wooden cutting board for food. Again, same thing, because you don't know what's been put on it. You don't know if it's been used for raw meat. You don't know if it's been cleaned properly. I would never use one secondhand. Now, if I happened to find a granite or marble cutting board secondhand and it wasn't scratched or cracked or chipped, I would consider that because you can actually sanitize that properly. But plastic or wooden, I would never get a cutting board secondhand. And the same thing that leads me into my fifth thing, which is wooden spoons, wooden scrapers, wooden spatulas, those sorts of things. For the same reason, you don't know what it's been used for. You don't know that it's been properly cleaned. So I would never buy any of these secondhand for actually using in my kitchen. Again, I have seen people using wooden spoons as decor as well. And if that's what you're going for, obviously it doesn't matter what it's been used for or if it's been properly cleaned, because you're not going to be eating off of it. So if you're using it for decor, do whatever you want. Personally, these are items I would never buy secondhand for my kitchen. Maybe you have some additional kitchen items that you would like to add to the list. I would love to hear them and talk about them. So let me know in the comments if there's anything you would not buy secondhand. I hope you found this helpful. Now, go make something delicious.